So what are those things that we carry on every single bike ride? This is a question that we get asked a ton, so I thought I would finally answer it in this video. Welcome back, Pathless Peddlers, and if you're new to the channel, if you're into the non-competitive side of cycling, gravel exploring, bike touring, the supple life, hit that subscribe button. So there have been lots of requests for a bike style EDC video, and I thought I would finally show you guys what we carry on every single ride. A quick note is that this is probably going to be pretty different from what you guys carry, depending on your bike, whether it's tubeless or tubed, or where you are geographically. And also, if you're interested in any of these things, I'm going to put all the links in the description below. So with all that said, let's jump to the overhead camera. Okay, so this is what our everyday carry looks like. Some of it is fairly self-explanatory, but I'll go into it, tell you what the items are anyways, and what we use them for. We'll start off with this guy, get this one out of the way, and this is bear spray. It really, I don't think most of you have the need to carry bear spray, but we live in Montana. Lots of active black bears, other wildlife. We're not too far from grizzly country. This is a little bit controversial. Some people say, hey, why do you even carry that? But, here the Forest Service recommends it. There's all these notices in our neighborhood if you're going to recreate in the area, especially at certain times of year, that it's highly recommended that you carry bear spray. So we carry bear spray. It lives on a stem bag or in a frame bag. And already this summer, we've actually had to draw it once and uncap it. Fortunately, we were able to just back away and let the bear pass. So the next thing that probably most of you guys will have is some sort of pump. We really love the Silka Tactico. And what I love about it is that it combines the qualities that I like about the Lezyne pump without the annoying features. Namely, it's got a flexible tube hose here, so you're not going to accidentally bend your valve stem. But instead of threading this on, it's just kind of a lock-on chuck. So a lot more convenient. No way to accidentally unthread the valve stem and let all your air go out after you have pumped the tire. Since a lot of our bikes are tubeless now, we do carry just this little thing of sealant. Haven't had to use it yet, but nice to have on hand when the inevitable puncture will happen. Snacks, we always like to carry at least a bar and some gels with us, because you never know when a ride's gonna take longer than you think it will, and you start bonking and crashing, and then that's not a good time for anyone. So always at least a bar or two, or some energy gels. So this is kind of, I guess, the heart of my every ride carry. This was a freebie case from some event or something, but it stores most of the other bike tools. And what I like about this system is that it's easy to move from bike to bike to bike without moving individual tools, but just one kind of centralized bag. So I carry this multi-tool pretty often. This is, I think this is the Outpost Tool by Blackburn, and it's got, it's got lots of things. It's got a chain breaker, your standard hexes, screwdriver, some I think a T25, T22, as well as these things. So these are 5, 4, 3, and 2 millimeter Allen keys, and you can see they're like little shop tools. And what I like about this design is sometimes the bolts are awkwardly placed, and these really allow you to get to all the ones that you need. So pretty good tool, link in the description below. So speaking of tubeless, this is another thing. I believe this is the Genuine Innovations Tubeless Tackle kit. So what this is basically a reamer. It comes with 2 extra press the valve stems, which is pretty nice. And it has the bacon strips, and you can put other things in here. And one nice added feature, these flats are actually spaced so that we can use them to remove a really tight press the valve core. So a nice all-in-one package, a little bit more complete than others, because you do have a tool, you've got the thing to put the bacon strips in there, and it came with 2 extra valve cores. So super handy, definitely something to carry around now that we're riding tubeless more often. What else is in here? I do sometimes carry this guy, especially on tour. Sometimes it's easier to just have a separate chain breaker rather than using one on a multi-tool. This just makes quick work of those kind of tasks. And speaking of chains, I also have this wolf tooth chain tool. And what it is, it's basically a plier. So it allows you to open up, quote unquote, quick links and close them as well. And it also has a space here to put spare quick links. So I think I have one that's a 10 speed and one that's 11 speed because our bikes do have different speed chains. So it's nice to carry one of each. And you'll notice here these flats also designed to remove a pressed valve core. A little bit trickier to use, but nice to have in a pinch. And one feature that someone pointed out in the previous video is that this bolt here, this blue guy, you can actually use this as a replacement chainring bolt. So if for some reason your chainring bolt falls out, you've got one on you at all times. So don't know how often I'm going to be using that feature of this tool, but it's there. And lastly, in this kind of weathered sandwich bag are tools for tube tires. You guys remember those? So I've got a handful of these Rima Tip Top patches, which are the best patch repair patches, in my opinion. Some glue. This one's looking a little worn, although I did check it to make sure that it was still functional. That is something to do if you've got lots of old glue tubes laying around. Make sure that there's still glue in them. And also some sandpaper to kind of rough up the tube. And a Pedro's tire lever. Tried and true, super cheap, comes in many colors. You should always have a bunch of these in your house. So this thing is our first aid kit. Laura is usually in charge of carrying this guy. And again, you know, your mileage may vary depending on where you live, but we live in Montana. A lot of our rides take us through the backcountry where there's not a lot of help, resources, or cell phone service. So you got to be able to take care of yourself. So what do we have in here? We've got a bandana. And you'll notice most of the things in here fall under two categories. One to either help you stop bleeding, or two to keep you warm and kind of shelter in place. So bandana, good if you fall and you have to come up with a makeshift tourniquet, or just hold it on the wound so it stops bleeding. Some stretchy gauze to hold this in place. We've also got Band-Aids for the smaller cuts and nicks. A little bag of Advil, help ease the pain. Sterile pad, so again, to help close larger wounds. It's not gonna patch you up there, but the idea is to keep you from bleeding out so you can get help. And lastly, we have snow. Weather conditions, can change on a dime. So we do have some of these toe warmers in case, like our hands are going cold or feet are going cold or something. And also a Mylar emergency blanket to deploy if we get caught in a storm and just have to hunker down for a little bit. So it helps keep you warm and alive. So that's what we carry. I'm curious to see what you guys carry. Is it really different from what we have? Is there anything that you guys have as a must-have that we somehow left out? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're curious about this stuff, I'm going to put all the links in the description. And if you like this content, consider supporting the channel via PayPal, Patreon, buying a patch, all that good stuff. And until next time, keep the supple side down.